All right, everybody. My name is Harold Durana, and my guest today is Alex Tirado. S- So, Alex, what were you doing prior to insurance, and how did you get here?
Yeah, so prior to insurance, I sold door to door for 10 years, actually. Past 6 years, I sold solar panels, residential in neighborhoods, cold door knocking, wasn't invited, no leads, just went door to door. It was actually really cool. Um, and why I came over here,
Yeah.
actually? Yeah, no, I just came over here for the longevity, the future. You get to actually decide what kind of leads you want to buy, what kind of leads you want to run, and you get to decide um, all of that. But also, these people are requesting the information, right?
Yeah.
Versus me, like just going out there and forcing solar panels down people's throats. So
Yeah. 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 Door to door is tough. I mean, especially if it's cold. Like, you're knocking on random people's houses. You have no idea who's on the other side of
yeah,
that door. And number one, you weren't even invited in the
yeah,
first place. So it's tough. It's a tough gig. So I applaud the people who do door to door. Like, man, I don't think I could even do that. That's crazy.
yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's good. I mean, it's great for you, right? It builds thick skin. I think it was a great transitioning period for me, for sure. But I just wanted to be in something a little bit more. I feel like long term, like being a little bit more lucrative. It's something that I have a bit more confidence selling in that works 100% of the time, versus something that might not work, all the time. You know what I mean? I really want to believe in the product that I sell in, right? And I also want to, when I form an agency and build, I want to have that belief and conviction so they can feel the same way. So that was the biggest thing for me, is for the next 5, 10 years, I want to have that. Right. And so that's why I came over here.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, that's awesome. So as far as like your journey into insurance, so you were doing door to door. I know you got your insurance license somewhere in that time frame, and you were
Yeah.
thinking about going into insurance. Tell us a little bit about that journey.
Yeah. So I got my life insurance license a couple years ago. It was presented to me, like the opportunity from multiple people. And I got my license, and I was like, you know what, man, I like door to door. It was simple. I was comfortable.
Hmm.
I was comfortable, and I was a little bit younger then, and I was making money. And I was doing fine, right? Taking my vacations and stuff like that. But the reason why I revisited it is because I realized, like, hey, like, do I want to build in door to door? No, I'm not throwing any hate, because I know I have friends that do this, right? But do I want to build in door to door when I'm 35, 40, 45, 50, and going into the future? The simple answer for me was just no. And so I looked at real estate, I looked at e-commerce, I looked at, day trading and everything, right? Everything that they sell courses on, pretty much. What I found with what I found with life insurance is it's pretty common for even an average agent to double their income year after year. And not to mention, this industry has been around for hundreds of years. One of the carriers we sell, they've been around longer than Abraham Lincoln was president, right? So those are the people that are paying us. So there's no hiccup on pay. You get paid quick. You're able to double your money, triple, quadruple, 10x your money, if you're that skilled. But also, if you pair that up with like great mentorship and leadership and the right tools, the sky's the limit, right? So that was the biggest reason why I wanted to come over here.
Yeah, awesome. So, another thing was this: before you started working with our team, you actually had interviewed with multiple different organizations.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
right. Yeah.
let's break that down a little bit. Like, what was that like? You were talking to other agencies, and then what ultimately
Mhm.
had you decide to come work with us?
Yeah, no, I love that question. So, I wasn't in a rush, first of all, right? Because 2025 crushed it. Solar, it was doing very well, but it was in June where I was like, dude, I know this is my last year in door to door. It's like this is my 10th year. Like it's my last year. I just knew it deep down in my soul that like this time next year, I'm not going to want to be doing the same thing. That being said, in June, I started to research like all the companies again, like because I already was I looked at it before. So I'm not going to name any names, but FFL, right? And then other companies as well. And what I was looking for was really just mentorship. I was looking for systems. I was looking for people that run all sorts of leads, not just one type of lead. I was looking for also compensation as well. And the biggest thing, one thing that no one really asks about is what is the leadership's reputation in the industry? What is their reputation like? Because people want to work for people that are busting their behind. You don't really want to work for someone that's kind of just sitting back, right? Because then you don't really feel good about it. So the people that I want to work for and work alongside with for the future, for the next 5, 10 years, I want to feel confident in, and I'm pretty sure everyone else wants to feel confident in, and that's how we get to build together and build something strong. So I was just really looking for the common things, but the biggest thing was the leadership and mentorship for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. So no, and that's great because transparency, just that the processes and the systems that the agency, runs
yeah,
is very important, right? So I'm gonna two-part this. Number one is, you're in the door-to-door space
yeah,
for 10 years. So, there's a lot of people out there that are in the door-to-door space as well. And I'm sure it takes a toll on a lot of people because you're out and about 6 months, 9 months, even 11 months probably out of the year. And you're knocking on random doors, doing travel trips all over the United States. And it's tough, especially if you are, everybody's getting older, really. And at a certain point, you need to settle down, but it's tough to settle down. And when you're on the road every month, that's tough. It's really tough.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not, no hate towards it. I think it's great. Again, like I I gained a lot of experience from it. I know people that are still doing very well with it. Just for me personally, my goals, my life, what I want, it just didn't align anymore. I love to travel. Um, I'm gonna have a family at some point, right? And I'm gonna be married at some point. So for me, I just want to align that with a career virtually,
Mhm.
where that makes it a little bit more accessible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing.
You can't take your spouse and your kids on your travel trips every like 3 weeks out of the month. It's
Yeah,
tough.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and there's different ways you could do door to door, and again, like, it's great, but for me personally, it was more of the future longevity, and I wish I came here sooner, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish and everyone says that, but God's timing,
Yeah, yeah,
so
absolutely. So another thing I wanted to bring up because we did talk about this recently, and it was like chasing after comp because a lot of
yeah,
people come from like the door to door space, and they come in with the I know what I'm doing, I know how to sell, so they're looking for that like oh I want the absolute highest comp possible. So let's kind of talk about that a little bit because like I said we just had this
yeah, yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, no, it's understandable, I see both sides because you coming from door to door, you kinda have, like, you kinda, like, planted the flag on the moon, like, "Hey, I've sold before," right? Like, you're a hardcore salesman, like, I understand that, like, I did that too. Um, we also have another fact in the mix, right? The other fact is you don't know life insurance, and I could go through a million reasons what you don't know, but the biggest thing is that you're gonna need coaching, right? And, you also wanna get paid too, but in the middle, there has to be a balance, and, just like in door to door, you have to earn things. Same thing with life insurance. You have to earn things, and everything's very fair. I would say very fair. I mean, for me, it's been amazing. But just understand that if someone's going to teach you things and give you all the time that you really need, and they're going to pour into you, they have systems and they have AI software that you can use. It's going to obviously, reflect on the other end because it's a business, right? So just respect the business and understand that you're going to need help because you haven't done it before, and that's okay, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And again, it's a common conversation, right? I want the highest comp. I want the highest comp, and I think people just think it's just a comp. It's just a percentage. It's like no, it's an expectation. Really,
Y-
it's you have to know what you're doing. Like
yeah,
if you're gonna have a high comp, especially like I mean, I've there's people out there like oh I want the same comp as you or whatever or higher than you, and I'm like okay. So the expectation is that you should know absolutely what you're doing. I shouldn't have to really spend any time training you except for like little small little processes here and there,
it's
right? It's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, how are you demanding this? And like you've never done this before, and you want me to, it's like, oh, but you also want me to train you, help you, probably help you with leads and all that stuff. And it's like, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do that. you know?
Yeah, dude, it's that, but also, um, you gotta understand, like, this is not a 1 year thing. You shouldn't get into life insurance to think like, hey, I'm gonna have like the highest comp for 1 year, then I'm gonna bounce out and make all my money. You want to look at it as like a 5, 10, 15, 20 year game plan. So that being said, um, if you do have a higher comp per se, do you have the culture? Do you have the systems? Or is there's a foundation laid out for you and for everyone else to follow? What is it going to be like in a year down the road? Are you going to be by yourself still? You know, and you have to start asking yourself those honest questions that correlate with the comp structure. So I've always found that the agencies that I've talked to, where it's fair on both ends, there's a common middle ground, right? And the middle ground is what you where you want to be for the future, you
Mhm.
know, the next 2, 5, 10, 15 years. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. So, just when you're out there and you're looking for an agency, an IMO to work with, and you're sitting there talking about comp, I mean, it's you should put that on the backside. The comp shouldn't be your first conversation. Your first conversation should be processes, systems, support, leadership. What does it actually look like? Because at the end of the day, earned, not given. So eventually you're going to earn it anyway,
Mhm.
right? And if you are wanting to chase after this top comp, most of these guys, I mean, there's some places that will give it to you, but then again, their expectation is, here you go, you got the comp, figure it out, see you later. Let me know if you need anything. Other than that, you got the comp you wanted, right? And it's tough. It's tough. This isn't a business that you can do on your own. You need help. You can't do this. It's impossible to do it on your own. You can't train every single agent. You can't write all of the business. You can't do all of that stuff. You need to have a team behind you. So that's very important.
Yeah, it's well said.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot of people out there again that are coming from the door to door, and probably they're sitting here watching this video and they're like, man, I really want to get out of this. I'm not sure what to do. I've been thinking about getting into the insurance space, and they're on the fence. What's your advice or some tips that you have for them?
Yeah, just know what you want in your life, right? You know, if you don't already have your goals written down, have like a 5, 10 year plan and just really know what you truly desire, you know. Um, and then ask yourself those questions and then align it with the industries that you're looking into. And then ask yourself, how long has this industry been around? Is this sustainable? You know, do I know people that are doing pretty well? Is there proof, not just like verbal proof, but actual, like, can I see proof, right? And then on top of that, just my biggest thing was that I know this industry is not going anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And I know the longevity with it is not going anywhere, or what it's something that I could build. And then also, people want to work virtually, right?
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. And you guys do a damn well job building what you guys have built. So I saw that, and I know so many people want to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Um, so ask yourself those questions, like what do you want for your future, and then try to find that with what you're looking for. As simple as it sounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So again, there's people out there listening to this. They're coming from door to door. They might have more questions. And how can they reach you and ask you these questions? What's the best way to get a hold of you? Like Instagram? What's your
Yeah,
Instagram?
Instagram's simple. So it's my first name. It's ALX. So it's Alex without an E. ALX. My last name, Tirado. So that's TIRADO. You can follow me there, message me there, and just chop it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're in door to door and you have more questions, definitely reach out to Alex. Appreciate having you
Yeah,
today.
thanks.
Thanks.
Absolutely.